Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at the Police Training Academy by Lego City. Set number 60372 contains roughly 823 bricks. This doesn't look like a half bad build, so we get an ATV and it looks like we get 6 minifigures and a horse. It shows it on the top of the box, and this set was provided to me by the Lego group for review. So let's take a look at the back of the box, and yeah, so this is all the various actions and stuff. And from what I can tell from first impressions, the box is really bright and colorful, and it looks like we get some various actions inside the, I guess you can call it a police department. Well, nothing says better than seeing it in person, so let's take a look. Let's begin with the ATV on the left. This is a nice off-road ATV, and I like this one because it's outfitted with special wheel axles that bounce and turn and twist and stuff. This has got some good suspension for this. So here's one of these special type of axles right here. So it does have some nice action for the ATV, and it does roll smooth on a flat surface, so it does work. But you can see, pretty rocky, huh? I like that idea. That's pretty cool. And you can just do this to make it turn. So that's pretty cool there. We also got 3 2x2 nose cones that we use for cones for the obstacle course. On the bottom we have 6 wigs. They were removed from the minifigures because they're all wearing helmets. Here we have 3 female wigs, and on the right we have 3 male wigs. So we got spiky hair, looks like a quiff, and this one is my favorite. Looks like a skin fade crop, which is pretty close to what I have in real life, except I need that in medium nougat or dark tan. So hopefully Lego will release one of those. And in the back here is the horse stunt thing. I don't know what these are, you know, where he can jump over the hurdles and go over this and stuff like that. And this is playable and stuff too. Now I don't know what this type of thing is for here. I think it's just to open up or to raise up the bar so the horse can jump over. So here's the back side. We also got some flames too, so if the horse decides to go off the trail, well, it won't be pleasant for him or the rider. And then we got some of these hurdles. These can be removed. You can readjust things if you want, raise it up or lower it down. So this is fully playable. Getting that in there is a little bit of a chore. So there we go. And these are pretty loose, so they do come off if you're moving this. But it is a nice start for the Police Training Academy. For the second half of the Police Training Academy, it is a nice fully playable model. So here we have ourselves a little rock climbing wall. We'll take a closer look at that in a bit. We've got the horse stable. We have a gym behind these 2 windows, and an office, some other stuff. And this right here is some kind of obstacle course, and this does function. So I like this little spinny thing here. Let's see if I can get my arm around here, but as you can see, this spins around. And the whole objective is that you can press buttons in here to knock this guy off, or you can use this punching bag to knock him off. And just jumping on these slippery tiles here would be just as bad. Just imagine putting grease on those, he'll really have a hard time. And then we got the zip line here. And this just detaches, it just hooks. So you don't have to tie any knots with this. So you just set this on here, and she should just start flying down this zip line. So a bit on the stiff side, but it does work. And we'll take a look at the back here. You can see this down here. Like I said, we'll take a more detailed look. This is just a quick overview. Here's inside the offices. You got the corral down here and all this stuff. And doing a set like this is very hard to film. It's very oddball. So we're just doing a quick tour. So down here I think it's supposed to be like some kind of a workshop, and this is supposed to be a little office. Here's a gym with only a bench press and some weights. That's about it. And a droid just sitting there waiting, you know, in case you need assistance. But there's a lot of stuff going on here, so let's go handheld and take a closer look. First on our tour is the rock climbing wall, or just a rope wall. I don't know what these are called in real life. And this is attached with a stud. Like, it has a pre-stud string, so you don't have to tie a knot there, and this just lowers and raises the figure. I have them anchored to the wall, and you can go up this way here to this little grab bar thing, and that's just one of those roller coaster tracks. We got the police symbol on here, and that's sadly a sticker. I wish that was printed. Got one of our officers. Here's the horse corral, and this is a place to park the little ATV. So it is outfitted for all sorts of stuff in here. Like, we got these slopes in the back so you can actually lock the wheels in place. There's the zip line. So there's the hook right there. And here's this last part of this obstacle course. This is fun. This is a really fun build here. So let me run through this. So this thing here just spins, and you can move your figure back and forth on this piece of licorice or rebar. That's a new piece for me. And you can hop off here, go on these springy tiles. It's bad enough they're springy, just those are slick, so just imagine he'll just fall off of those just to get to that trophy there. And those flags are stickered. This is a sticker. Matter of fact, this is a new piece. This is a 4x4 flat tile. So, and basically this stuff functions. So this does spring back and forth. This is meant to knock him off. So there's a lot of things you got to do here. Alright, let's take a look at the back here. And it's open backed, obviously, for play. So we got a little office here. It looks like this here is some sort of workshop. It's got double doors and stuff, so I think you could put your helmets or something on those. This little area here is just kind of odd. You think they would have filled this in and made this part of a floor. It's meant to be detached. So this is fully modular. The only thing you have to detach is the zip line. Here is the little weight room. We got a bench press and some weights, some handcuffs just randomly attached to the wall. I guess so the droid here can chain you to the bench press and tell you to do 100 of those, or he won't let you go. And then here's the inside of that little horse corral. Not a lot of room, and there's the back side of the ATV garage. Another one of these goofy little plates here. And here's the functions for the back. So this is how you make this punching bag work, and this thing here you would just push that in. For the most part though, it's pretty sturdy. And just the build quality for this and the fun of putting it together, I had a lot of fun placing all the parts on and playing with it. It's fun just to play with. So I'll save my thoughts and opinions to the end of the video, but as you can see, there's a lot of stuff to do for this set. I'm pretty pleased with it. Now for the review, thoughts and opinions. What's the build quality like? The build quality on this set is average. There are some things that will flake off, such as the horse on these jumper plates. He usually takes a topple. And then we got some of these pieces in the hurdle, as well as some items in the weight room and this carrot. It's very loose stuff. There's no way to anchor it down, so if you were to try to transport this, those pieces will most likely fall off. Now, transporting this set is another issue. You really can't transport it because it's detachable here and here, and you have to undo the zip line in order to break this down. You can't move it one whole piece. If you try to, this thing could come apart, so you don't really want to do that. So I would say, yes, it's about an average build quality. It's not really robust, but it is pretty sound for play. Now, the build experience was pretty good. I was really happy with the build. It kept my interest. The retention rate was pretty high on this one. This is something I wanted to build because it looks fun. The bright colors and the detail, especially instructions, were pretty easy to follow. So it wasn't like something hard. You had to scratch your head or anything like that to figure out how to put together. And all these strings and stuff that are attached to everything here, especially this one here for the rock climbing wall, you didn't have to tie a knot. Everything is just, you snap it in, you're done. So it's real easy. So for me, I would say that the build experience on this was really good. I really enjoyed putting this together. For playability, this is a fully playable model. Despite what it does have an open back, so you have access to the interior, which is really good. But all this stuff works, like the climbing wall, the zip line, the obstacle course. All this stuff works. It works. Everything's functional. You have access to everything. And I had fun just messing around with this set. Even as an adult, it was still fun to play around with and stuff and do a little role playing. So everything here is it just works. It's fun to play with. So this does have a very high play value. Does it have a good city drop-in value? Not so much. The reason being is that this is an open back, and the back of this may be a bit unfinished. Some of this can be integrated, maybe the horse. You could obviously put this in here, and if you finish off the back of this, maybe. But it's not really city friendly. Now, for mock experience, could you put this in a mock? You know, could this be integrated in a mock? You could. You just improve it or just expand on the set. So you could actually add more obstacles to this course and make it part of a larger mock. So this could be done. And I'm pretty much pleased with this set. My final analysis on this set was pretty good. I would say it's a 9 out of 10. The only thing that detracts from the value was the stickers. They weren't too bad. There was only 5 of those in there. And some of the builds just seem just a bit on the flimsy side in terms of these joints. If this was an easier way to fill these holes in and secure everything up a bit more, it'd be a solid 10. But you won't be disappointed with this set. Like I said, I had a lot of fun putting it together. It's got a lot of play value, so this is going to be a very nice set to add to any LEGO collection.